week five, and the last stop that we have left to talk about on our messy play cycle is sticky stop, where we put all the really sticky stuff that newcomers to the group leave till last because it can look a bit gross, but it's the bit that the children really do enjoy. So I've got some things to show you that you can do at home fairly easily, varying range of yuckiness that you may or may not want in your house, but hopefully you can use outside while the weather's still nice. And I'm going to show you how to make glue, because that was something that eluded me while my children were little. I wish I'd known, because it's super easy. So the first thing to say, I suppose, is that nearly all the bits I use at the sticky stop are food related, and so that is a little bit controversial for a few different reasons. Firstly, at the moment it's a bit controversial, I feel, because some things are a bit scarce and a bit harder to find, so you may or may not have the things that I'm suggesting. Hopefully we've got to the bottom of our pasta mountain now, and we've got some in the houses. And also there's just a note about allergies, obviously, but all these things I've had to provide for children in the groups who have had allergies, and we've found alternatives. So hopefully you can work your way around that and be mindful about how you're throwing it away afterwards. So, a few examples, and then I'll show you the glue. One of the things we use quite a lot is pasta, cooked pasta, so obviously it's softer to touch. You can get all sorts of different shapes, can't you? And so that lends itself to sorting, mixing, lots of fine motor skills, and obviously the texture is another sensory element to the play. You can easily find online ways to colour the pasta, so you can colour it when it's being cooked or as it's cooking just at the end, so you've got something else to sort as well. We usually do that in these sorts of a tray. A drawer or a tray is good, or you could use your baking trays again, just something so you've got a nice space. But you could always use a few different sort of takeaway pots, those sorts. Remember takeaways? Takeaway pots, where you can, so you can sort of limit the mess into a certain area. So pasta, and I would put that in here with some pots and pans and little play spoons and cups and bowls and things. That's really nice. Also pasta, when we do fairy tales, we do a Rapunzel tray, and that is cooked spaghetti. I don't really bother colouring it because it's kind of Rapunzel-y hair colour already, but you could go crazy and colour it whatever. And for that I use these little combs that you used to get on those freebie magazines, so some combs to comb it through, but also plastic scissors. I don't know if you've ever tried to cut paper with plastic scissors. Children are often desperate to do it because it's so grown up, but it's really, really hard to do because the paper slips everywhere. If you use cooked spaghetti, it gets a little bit of purchase on the scissors and they can cut it. It's a really satisfying feeling cutting through, and excellent fine motor skills. So little plastic pair of scissors, comb for a bit of fun. Put hair clips in there, can you? Right, then going on to slightly more gross, we quite often have a custard swamp for the dinosaurs, and that literally is a tub of custard in there. And we also do pigs in mud, so we use all our very famous Peppa Pig toys, and we put them in. We put in chocolate mousse for them to play in, and then you can have another pot nearby that's the bath. So they really love washing them, getting them dirty, washing them, getting them dirty. That could go on quite a while too. Probably outside it would be best. Another one that's quite sticky to clear up but is really fun is jelly. So I often would make for the group, I would make jelly in these trays and use the whole shelf of the fridge. And before it sets, I'd put all the frogs into it, or the lizards. And so you get this lovely set jelly with all the lizards stuck inside, but you could put Lego men in there, or Lego bricks, or whatever you liked, and they could have a fun time freeing them all from that. I would say to try and do that outside, because jelly sticks like nothing else onto furniture and things, so just a little note. And then another one that is really nice is couscous. Troy is middle class, but this comes from my hatred of sand, because it gets everywhere and under your nails and whatever. If you cook couscous, which is really easy, in a jug with a lid on top, and you fill it into here, you can use all your sand toys and all your sand tray stuff, or even just spoons and cups. It packs down really well, it sticks together, and it makes little sandcastles, so it's really good fun to use. We sometimes do, if we're doing gardens, we'll make soil with couscous, and I'll put in, while the couscous is cooking, just a few noodles into the hot water to make worms, You can add in kidney beans if you've got some or something like that to be pretend seeds. You have little pots and little gardening bits. That's really nice to do as well. But now onto the wonderful gloop. So for gloop, what you need is corn flour, and hopefully that's not in such hard supply at the moment as flour is. And in terms of amount, the children have two trays like this on the table at Messy Play, and I would use a whole box this sort of size to fill one of those. But I'm not going to do so much today. I'm just going to mix it up in here to show you. So you just need cold water and some of this. So you shake it in. Now the beauty of this is, I think that your children who are much older, who are at home at the moment, could also do it, because there's so much learning that comes from it, and it's such a nice thing to do, and it's the ultimate in clean messy play, because it's just flour and water. It literally dusts off your hands, dusts off your clothes, scrapes off the floor, it just disappears. So it's really, really great. It changes texture while you're making it. So your older children, I would say to you, have a jug of water for them, or pots of water, maybe different size pots or different containers, and let them pour the water in and mix it. Younger ones, I'd mix it up ready. So you just need to add a little at a time, and really, it's not difficult, and get it all mixed in. And then what you get is this really lovely silky texture that you can put whatever toys they're into at the time. So you can add in dinosaurs, usually dinosaurs in our neck of the woods, dinosaurs, little bricks. We make it grey, we colour it grey with a bit of paint, and we put in wheels and construction bits, pretending it's cement. That needs a little bit more, so that's gone a little bit runny, but what you can't see is that it's all stuck at the bottom. But just so that you can see properly, I'm going to make it a bit thicker. So if you let your children mix it, then don't give them too much water, because they'll just slosh it all in. So once you've got it mixed, you get this really great reaction of, the thing is, I think there's a special name for it, a solid and a liquid at the same time. So that's more like it now. So now we've got bits that you can pick up, but then it morphs into this gloopy stuff. So once you've got your basic mix, what you can also do with older kids is let them add paint to it to colour it maybe, or food colouring if you've got younger ones that are likely to put it in their mouths. So can you see it's solid and liquid at the same time? So it's really, really, you can break it into bits. It's really tempting to touch, but also really, really clean, because it just dusts straight off your hands. We would add in things like these scoops. You might put plastic animals in there. You could put your cars in there. You could put your numbers if you're still trying to do a bit of home learning, something like that. You can make a song. You'd have, we colour it green and make it alien goop. We put glitter in it for moon goop. What else do we do? Grey for cement. You can do anything with it. It's really pliable. And then the beauty of it is, if you just leave that now, the water will evaporate, science, and it will go all craggy, and they can break it into bits. But then you can get your older ones to have a look at what's going to happen if I put a bit more water in, and you can bring it back to life again. So it's really, really useful stuff, and as you can see, quite addictive to use. So when you pick a lump up, it just turns back to gloop. So you could have a potions table, you could have all sorts going on, and then when you're done with it, best thing of all, it will just leave it out to dry out for the water to evaporate, and you'll just be able to just bang all of the crumbly dust into the bin, into the compost, and it's done with. So I think that's sticky stuff for today. If you'd have a go, send us some pictures so we can post them. We've been posting lots of little people getting messy on our Instagram page and our stories especially. So send some more in for us, and see you next time.